of my presentation is structural और formal syllabus. इसको हम grammatical syllabus भी कहते हैं. So product oriented syllabus. A product oriented syllabus focuses on things learned at the end of the learning process, means outcomes, rather than the process itself. प्रोडक्ट ओरिएंटेड सिलेबसेस वो होते हैं जिसके अंदर आउटकम्स के ऊपर, यानी जो बच्चे आपको आउटकम दे रहे हैं, जो उन्होंने सीख लिया है, उसके ऊपर ज़्यादा फोकस किया जाता है रादर इस चीज़ के कि उन्हें किस तरह से पढ़ाया जा रहा है. द स्ट्रक्चरल सिचुएशनल एंड नोशनल function are the examples of product oriented syllabus. So first thing first, what is structural or grammatical syllabus? A structural syllabus, also known as a grammatical syllabus, is a product oriented syllabus based on grammatical structures graded according to complexity. It is one of the most traditional method used in course design and typically formed the basis of grammar translation and audiolingual methods. Basically ये वाला जो syllabus है, ये basically हम लोग language learning के लिए use करते हैं. The structural syllabus is based on a theory of language that assumes that the grammatical or structural aspects of language form are the most basic or useful. The content of language teaching is a collection of the forms and structure, usually grammatical, of the language being taught. Means noun, pronoun, verb, जो भी tenses वगैरह होते हैं, जो भी हम सिखाते हैं, वो इसके अंदर आता है, शामिल होता है सारा. Theoretical base. Language is a system which consists of a syllabus that consists of a syllabus input is selected and graded according to grammatical notion of simplicity and complexity. This type of syllabus maintains that it is easier for students to learn a language if they are exposed to one part of the grammatical system at a time. Means अगर आपने लैंग्वेज सिखानी है, अगर बच्चे ने लैंग्वेज सीखनी है, तो उसको ग्रामर सीखने के लिए उसके अंदर ही सारा कुछ शामिल होगा. अगर लैंग्वेज सीखनी है तो अगर लैंग्वेज सीखनी है तो Next is content. The content of the syllabus is determined by giving top priority to teaching the grammar or structure of the target language. The structural syllabus generally consists of two components: a list of linguistic structure, that is the grammar to be taught, and the second one is vocabulary या लेक्सिकॉन टू बी टॉट, जिसको हम कहते हैं. इसके अंदर दो चीज़ें होती हैं, या तो इसके अंदर ग्रामर होती है और इसके अलावा वोकेबलरी होती है जो हम बच्चों को सिखाते हैं. Sequencing and grading. Very often, the items on each list are arranged in order, showing which are to be taught in the first course, which in the second, and so on. Grading wise या number wise सारा कुछ इसके अंदर mention होता है. The criteria for sequencing are various. The teacher regards the items from the point of view of levels or stages. For example, beginning, intermediate, advanced, or first, second, third grades. Objectives. Grammar makes up the core of the syllabus. Whatever rules are followed, learning a language means learning to master the grammar rules of the target language. In addition, it is also expected that the student will learn adequate basic vocabulary, वही जो मैंने पहले बता दिया. Next is procedure. In the initial stage of teaching, the linguistic components of the type of performance desired are analyzed. Next, the language is broken down into small grammatical components and presented in a strictly controlled sequence. The sequence is arranged in accordance with increasing complexity from simple grammatical structure to more complex grammatical structure. इसके अंदर ये भी होता है कि सीक्वेंस वाइज चलते हैं. छोटे ग्रेड को उतना समझाया जाएगा, उतना पढ़ाया जाएगा जितना उनके लिए एडिक्वेट होगा. बड़ी जल्दी नहीं आएगी, ना वो सीख पाएंगे. The learners are exposed at one time to a limited sample of the target language. The teacher moves progressively through the syllabus until theoretically all the structures of the target language have been taught. The learner's job is to resynthesize language that has been taken apart and presented to him in a small part. This synthesis takes place only in the final stage of learning, the so-called advanced stage. Next is positive characteristics of structural syllabus. First one is the learner moves from simpler to more complex grammatical structure and may grasp the grammatical system more easily. Means कि छोटे लेवल से बड़े लेवल की तरफ प्रोग्रेस करनी है. The teaching and testing are relatively simple because teachers deal with the discrete point knowledge and skills. The teachers need not to be fluent in the language they teach since Uh, since grammatical explanation and drill do not require a high level of language proficiency. It is very much helpful to develop writing skills. It enriches students' basic vocabulary. Sequencing and selection of teaching items is not as difficult as with other syllabuses. Drawbacks of structural syllabus. Despite its numerous advantages, it has few shortcomings too. The drawbacks of a structural syllabus are as following. The potential disadvantage of the structural syllabus is that it overemphasizes language structure and neglects communicative competence. कम्युनिकेटिव लैंग्वेज के ऊपर ये ज़्यादा फोकस नहीं करता मगर इसके स्ट्रक्चर के ऊपर ज़्यादा फोकस करता है मीन्स ग्रामर के ऊपर इट डज नॉट एड्रेस द इमीडिएट कम्युनिकेशन नीड्स ऑफ द लर्नर who is learning a language within the context of a community where the language is spoken. In fact, the social linguistic aspect of communicative competence are not in focus at all in a strictly structured syllabus. It is therefore more useful in a context where the language learners does not have immediate communication need. It hampers the student's creative sides because it confines him or her within the wall of some specific rules. Strict rules होते हैं जैसे हमें ग्रामर की सिखाई जाती है कि वही रूल्स हैं जिनको हमें रट्टा लगाना पड़ता है या समझना पड़ता है उसके अलावा स्टूडेंट्स अपनी क्रिएटिविटी अंदर नहीं डाल सकते. Here, the role of the student is passive since it is the teacher who is deciding what to teach in which stage. It is thus a teacher dominated syllabus. Conclusion. Despite its drawbacks, it is still the most accepted model for designing course plans. As a result, we can neither reject nor discriminate this type of syllabus entirely. There is no existence of a perfect syllabus type, and a structural syllabus is no exception in this respect. So, it is wise to select a combined or integrative syllabus rather than a particular one, and the structural syllabus is eligible enough to provide some important guideline for the combined syllabus. Bas.